What's going on, YouTube? This is Stacy with Sandtrans LLC, where we are driving for financial freedom. And I'm just coming in with an update that I heard a dog back there. But yeah, I'm just dropping in with an update. I got Carry Joe finally ready to rock and roll, and just going to do a little overview, show you guys what we did in detail. A lot of times I'll be talking real fast and just kind of moving around, but give you a detail on what we did. As you know, Big Bertha broke down in Salt Lake, Utah, so I drove this truck over to Salt Lake, Utah, picked up Big Bertha and the trailer and drove it back. It's about right at a 4,000 mile trip. While I was on the road going over there, I had some makeshift mud flaps on the back. I lost a mud flap. I lost the tag on the back flew off. I lost my fuel cap. So just driving over there lets me know, whenever you put these things together, you got to have them bolt down, solid, tight, nothing move. But what we've done to the truck so far, we took the footsteps off of Big Bertha, and we put them on this truck. Right here, it's just 4 screws at the bottom. It's 8 screws. We just pop them off, drop them down, and just stick them back on. So they're real easy to do. We've got our new IFTA tags for this truck. I just got my magnetic on there because when I'm driving around town, being that it's not ready, which I'll go into later to work, I just cover up the Sandtrans signs temporarily just so I won't get bothered by DOT. You know how it is. But the fuel tank, this is a 90-gallon fuel tank that I got another video on my channel where I installed it, but this is 90 gallons. We never fill it up to 90 gallons. We only put about 80 gallons in there most of the time. And basically what we did is I'm here in Georgia, so I called down to a steel place that cuts the sheets of steel, and I just drew out how I wanted it. I knew I wanted to do a partial bed here. I know I wanted to have some steel in the back, so I just basically measured everything out, called them up, gave them the measurements that I wanted, and they cut it out. This is basically some angle irons, some 1/8 of an inch steel here, 4 pieces of angle iron, and I just took it by, once I got everything cut exactly, I just dropped it off by my local mechanic, and he welded everything together, and we just came in. We mounted it using grade A bolts. So these are like the gold bolts. These are like the toughest bolts you can get. And we mounted this first. Got 6 screws total. Mounted this to the chassis using lock nut washers. I used the thread tight, because like I said, man, when you put these things together, you don't want them to come apart. It's kind of ideal on the bottom. Use the thread tight on there with the lock nut washers, with a washer on top of that. So right now it's tight. We got it filled with fuel right now. I put 80 gallons in here. This is my fuel line. This basically just drilled me a hole through here. I put some caulk around it to keep it from moving and rubbing against that steel. But my fuel line runs from here. I ran it up under the truck. It's roughly about 10 feet. Ran it all the way back down, and I'm feeding it through this overflow pipe right here. Basically, I just went to the hardware store and got me a T at the plumbing section, and I cut the overflow. Just dropped it in there, put my T in there, some clamps, and just run it straight from the fuel tank. It's all gravity fed, so the pressure from the top of the tank presses the fuel down and runs it into this truck. Like, this is a 55-gallon tank, so I got 55 gallons in there, another 80 gallons in there, so we should be able to ride for a long time. Toolbox, same one that was on Big Bertha. We just basically stripped everything off of Big Bertha because we don't know how long it's going to take to get it repaired, because we're ready to run. But this 4 screws in the bottom. Got a mount in the bottom. I don't think you'll be able to see. The screws, everything's covered up, but you know, in here we got all our tools and straps, extra set of brakes, jack, air filters, and just all the things you need out there. Fuel filters when you're out there on the road. These are the mud flaps that we had on Bertha, and this Trademan, it sets a whole lot different than my other truck. It's got more leaf springs. I think my other truck maybe only has about maybe 6 leaf springs. This truck here has roughly around nine leaf springs, so it sits a lot different. So we actually had to put some piping in here to bring the mud flaps up. So you can see they're sitting up pretty good. I don't think this truck will squat a lot because it has so many more leaf springs than the other truck does. So, but we got them up, you know, roughly around 3 or 4 inches off the tire. This is the steel. Oh no! Before I go there, this right here for this chassis, I could not find a bolt-in hitch for it. So this is a Bmw Hitch. It'll handle about 30,000 pounds worth of towing weight. But we ended up modifying it. My mechanic, he welded it in. So it works good. We came all the way from Salt Lake, Utah, no problems, no cracks or anything like that. This is the piece of steel right here that I ordered. So I just basically got it running from here all the way up to the cab, and then I just have this part right here sitting on top of the steel. Back here is another piece of sheet metal. I basically just got it bolted in here in the back, tied into the frame, and I got it again tied into the frame right here. And actually I caulked it so no elements or anything like that to get, you know, on top of the fuel tank, any water or anything like that. Here's a bracket that I made that basically holds the fuel inlet in place, because you know it came from the factory just hanging out. So like I said, when I was going across country, this thing fell off, and I think I was losing fuel for a while. I didn't even know it until I got to the gas station in the middle of nowhere out in Wyoming somewhere. So, you know, got to make sure this stuff is bolted down real good. Back here is the, you know, my back plate that I installed. I got it bolted in. Down here is wired up the my plug for my trailer. And all the wires and stuff were in the back. It does have a hookup for a wire for a rear camera, but I think the camera they gave me was the wrong one. So we're ready to go. So, you know, I didn't even worry about it. But unfortunately for us, the dealership, you know, and this is a good lesson for you guys. Whenever you got a truck or anything like that, or you want to transfer your title, or if you get another dually, whatever you do, if you get it from a dealership, whatever you do, do not let them order a new tag for you. Don't let them order a tag. Just tell them you just want your title receipt, because if they order a tag, and we told our dealership not to do it, but they did it anyway, and now we're waiting for that tag to come in so we can just turn it in and get our other tag transferred. So basically, right now we're out of business. The dealership ordered a tag, and during this coronavirus, we're just sitting waiting for a tag to come in when we could be running out making money. So, but it is what it is. I guess it happened for a reason. The only thing I can say, you know, things happen. But this is the setup. We're looking for good things from old Carry Joe. Should do pretty well. It's brand spanking new. No miles on it. Let me show you guys the inside of it. I don't think I did last time. But this is your basic tradesman. And not a whole lot to show, but it's your basic tradesman, manual 4-wheel drive, standard radio. I had to mount the CB in a few shakes there, and the camera and everything, but it's ready to go, man. If we can get our tag back, we'll be running. So that's pretty much it for now. Y'all subscribe, like the channel. If you like what you're seeing so far, give me a thumbs up. Again, this is Stacy with Sandtrans LLC, where we are driving for financial freedom. And until next time, y'all stay up.